Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Valerie and this is Violet. She's my little co-hostess. If you've never been here before, I welcome you and thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. So today we are doing Yes Oh Yes. I got it in the mail today, and since I'm off work, I have plenty of time to do this. And if you guys don't know or missed my video on why I am off work for a while, I had to have unexpected surgery on Sunday. Saturday, I started feeling really ill. I was having a lot of chest pains and pains in my back, excruciating pain. So I went to the emergency room and they found out it was my gallbladder. So they took my gallbladder out Sunday morning. And luckily I was able to come home Sunday. And so I didn't have to be in the hospital during Christmas, which was really nice. So I'm going to be off work for a couple weeks. And so I'll probably be on here bugging you guys. Sorry about my attire. I am still laying around in my pajamas and robes and that kind of thing. But I got the Yes or Yes today, and I got was feeling good enough to where I could play around with it. I'm feeling pretty decent. I'm still pretty sore, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. So without further ado, let's get into the Yes or Yes. I like getting my beauty subscriptions. I really love them. Yes or Yes, this is my second bag that I've gotten. And if you're not sure what Yes or Yes is, it is a monthly beauty subscription package. And it is $14.99, I believe, a month. And then you have some shipping and tax on that. So it ends up being around $18. And they are supposed to be anywhere from 3 to 7 full-size products, depending on the cost of the products. So like if there's cheaper products, you can get more products. And it's supposed to be valued at $80 or more. And I even verified that on the website because this bag, it's not. So I'll get into that a little bit later. So we'll go in to show you what I got. I did not even get a card this month. Normally they send a card that tells you a little bit about the product and the total retail value on it. And from what I gather from other people's videos, nobody's getting cards this month. And I kind of think I know why. At least I have my suspicions. So, without going into any much more detail right now, let's go in. And the first item I'm getting out is by Cokie. And it is a kissable liquid lipstick. And I got mine in the color Dolled Up. And that's what it looks like. Okay. And I do have that color on. And what I've been doing is I get the box and then, or the package, whatever, because sometimes they're boxes, sometimes they're packages. And what I've been doing is I've been doing a look with them, if I can, and then doing the unboxing. So I did my look today with pretty much everything out of the bag, except for some items, which I'll go over that too later with you. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Okay, it's a pretty corally, it's got an orangey tint to it. You know, it's not just a pinky, it's kind of got a coral look to it. And at first I wasn't sure whether I would like it or not, but I actually do like it. And it doesn't feel like it's super drying on my lips, even though it is a matte. Okay, and there's a swatch. What it looks like. And of course, there it is on my lips again. So, with the look I did today, I think it actually matched really well. Let me try to scoot over a little bit here. Okay, there we go. So I think it did pretty well. I'm not sure about the wearability. It did take a little bit longer to dry down than some of the other ones, but it's okay. You know, I'm not real fond of liquid lipsticks because I don't like that drying feeling, but I'm starting to get used to them. As long as they don't dry out my lips a super great amount, I don't mind them, but I prefer to have something a little bit creamier on my lips. That's just my personal preference. Okay, they didn't have value because I didn't get a card. I looked up the values and everything, and I think I'll go over that at the end. Okay, next item I got, and I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I actually had a very nice Christmas, regardless of, having to have surgery a couple days prior. My mom, my sister came over and they brought food over, so I didn't have to cook. And of course, Violet, we watched her unwrap her gifts. We exchanged gifts and just sat around and visited, and it was just kind of laid back and easy going. But it was actually really, really nice because I was actually pretty exhausted after going through all that stuff with the hospital and then coming home. And it's just, I've had to be on the phone with my work trying to get, my leave set up and all that kind of stuff. And then I had to call the doctor today and get another appointment or get an appointment set up. So I go back to the surgeon on January 2nd. So I'll be off work until then. I know that. Okay, the next item, sorry, I'll put you yapping about that, is by Bellapierre Cosmetics, which I had never heard of these people before. I never heard of Cokie either. Okay. And this is a Pro Concealer palette, Palette Corrector Pro, or Correctrice Pro. So, this is what, it has a mirror up here, and that's what it looks like. Okay. It's just color corrector concealer palette. This is for dark, like dark circles under your eyes. And I did use that one today. And I have a dark little age spot there, and I used it on that as well. This one, I believe, is to tone down redness and like redness, that type of thing. And this, I believe, is supposed to be for... I'm not real sure. I really don't know what the purple one is for. I'll have to figure that one out. But I know what those two are. And I really don't have a lot of redness in my skin, and I really don't need this. I think this is acne. I think it's supposed to help cover acne, if I'm not mistaken. This one is one I need because I do have under eye dark circles. It was very creamy going on. I think it did pretty good, actually. I mean, I still had to put regular concealer on, and I still put, I baked my eyes with powder, but they don't look super dark. They don't look like, I don't look like I have bags under my eyes. And I had been struggling with that and having some issues with that, but it could have been because I was ill with my gallbladder and was just really worn out too from that. So I don't know. But anyway, it did work. It's something that I'm glad that I got because I will definitely use it. And it turned me on to a new brand that I've never heard of before. Okay, next one is by Masquerade, and it is a hydrating lip mask, and it is Tell Me Pouted. Okay, this one I did not try because I just masked my lips. Was it yesterday or this? I think it was this morning. Yeah, it was this morning before I even got this. So I've not tried this, so I don't know anything about it. And the lettering in here is very light, so I can't really read to you about the product. I've never heard of Masquerade before. It says it has Manuka honey. It has smoothing berry complex in it. And fermented rose. So, I know rose is good for your skin, and it helps to plump. And this is smooth, prime, and plump. So I'm anxious to try that, and so I'm not mad about that. All right, where's my other item? What happened to my other item? Violet, did you get the other item? Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta find my other item real quick. Okay, I found my other item. Violet had gotten it. I had it in the bag, and I walked away to do something, and she got her nose in there and got it out. So I have to really watch her. And now she's hiding her head over here. Because she's been a little pistol. But, things have been, kind of an uproar here at home. And so she's not sure what's going on. And, and everything. And I've not been able to do a lot of playing with her like I normally do. And I normally let her just romp all over me, and I haven't been able to let her do that either because of my incisions. So, so it's been kind of tough on her too. Okay, next item I got was the one that Violet stole. Is a crown brush, and it is BK32 Angle Blush Brush, which I was in dire need of this. So this one I was so thrilled with. Super happy I got this. Because I want to show you why. My other angled brush I've had for years. I've had it for a long time. I bet I've had it 10 years. And look how mangled and everything else it is. And it really has seen its better days. And I was really in need of it. And I love these angled blush brushes because they just really go on. I mean, they work really nice. Just get the blush on nice and even and disperses it really nice. So I was really thrilled with this. So got that. And then we got a palette this month. It is by Beauty Creations, and it was Cali Chic. And this is the first time I had tried. I've heard about Beauty Creations, but this is the first time I got to try their palettes. I had never tried any of their stuff before. And that's the look I have on my eyes today. I did use the colors from in here. Beautiful colors. It's actually very beautiful colors. And it does have a mirror. Okay, so that's what the palette looks like. And very warm, very warm tones. But I really like the warm tones. I really do. It's actually very pretty. So there's 9 colors. There's Venice, Malibu, Marina, Tan Lines, Boardwalk, Sail, Sunset, Beach Babe, and Laguna. So let's swatch out these. Lighter shades. I'm not sure how well they'll swatch, but okay. There's the first 3. This is where I always have problems with my arm. Okay, that one is Venice, which is very light. And I did use that just kind of as a base. And then the next one is Malibu, which kind of has a gold shimmer to it. And the next one was Marina. Okay. Let's get the next 3. The next 3 are like shimmers. Okay, the next 3. Let's go. Violet kind of took my spot here. This one is Sail. No, wait. I'm sorry. I'm saying it wrong. This one's Tan Lines. And this one is Boardwalk, which I have on my lids. And this one is Sail. This one has it has a coppery look. This has, kind of a coppery. I don't know. It's a kind of like 3 different coppery shades, it looks like. But they're very pretty. I do like them. Okay, let's do the last 3. This is the last 3 on this arm. Okay. And that one, this one is Laguna, which seems to be the darkest shade in the palette. And then there is Beach Babe. And then there is Sunset. Okay. I'm going to go over what I use on my eyes. So I used the Venice. I did that kind of just in the upper lid portion just to set down a base and kind of a little bit of a transition. And then I went in and got some Marina and went over a little. I went down a little bit lower in the crease line and used that all over. And then I picked up some of the Sunset there and went into the crease with that. And that really warmed it up a lot. You can see it really warmed it up. And then on the lid, I used the Boardwalk. And then On the outer corners, I used some of the Beach Babe right there. And then I wanted to darken up my crease a little bit more, so I went in and used some of the Laguna. And then underneath the eye, from here into the center, I used Laguna. And then from there forward, I used the Beach Babe. And then just blended it all together. These seem like soft colors. I mean, soft shadows. As I dip my brush in, there is a lot of kick up on the palette. But I just kind of tap my brush a little bit and then went and on the lids and everything with it. So I didn't experience like any fallout here. But a couple times when I was blending, the powder was kind of really coming out. So they're very, very powdery. They're not creamy much at all. They're very, very powdery. I did not use any setting spray with them. I used a dry brush. And so I know I can get probably a lot more pigment out of them if I use a setting spray or a wet brush instead of a dry brush. And I like the look that I came up with. Now, they're not like super, super pigmented. I did have to go over them. I had to keep building up the color and that type of thing. So these are colors that you're going to have to work with a little bit. But all in all, I don't think it was a bad palette really for Beauty Creations, because I know they're not really expensive on their palettes. And I like it. I actually like the look I came up with. I like the color. Very nice and warm. Really nice and warm. And then, to add the lip color with it, when I put that lip color on, I'm like, oh, that looks really cool together. So I was really happy to get both of those. So I was actually I'm pretty happy with it. I'm anxious to really go back in and do some different looks. I mean, there's some gold tones, so I could do some warm gold tones, gold look with it. Besides more of the bronzy look. So I think this is something that, excuse me, I'm going to be able to play around with and get several looks with it from it. So I did like that. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 shimmers. So I like that. I like that mix. I'm not one much for a lot of sparkle and a lot of shimmer, a lot of glitter, because I'm older and it tends to make my eyes look older. This had like just enough, not too much, but just enough for someone of my age or who has aging eyes, and that feels like the glitters and the shimmers tend to make your eyes look older, especially the glitters, because it adds more texture to your eyes. And if your eyes are not like smooth completely, it tends to make your eyes look older. So anyway, I'm really happy with this. I think it's a cute little palette. It's a nice palette. It doesn't feel like it's super cheap. It's got a magnetic closure. It's got a nice mirror in it. So I'm thrilled with that. I liked everything I did receive. To be honest, I really did. I really did like everything I received. So over pricing, they didn't send me any pricing at all. So I got online and I looked everything up, and everything that I found was on the brand's actual website, except for one item I could not find on their website. So I looked it up on someplace else. So let's start with the Crown blush brush. On Crown's website, this was listed and on sale for $2. It wasn't on sale. It had the price listed at $2.79. Okay. So I don't know how accurate that would be. I mean, it sounds kind of cheap for this type of brush, but then again, there's some brushes that aren't very expensive. So I'm not really familiar with if crown brushes are really expensive or not. But yeah, $2.79 on Crown's website. Okay. And then the next one was the lip mask by Masquerade. And on their website, these were sold in a 4-pack for $25. So that equals out to about $6.25 a piece. So that's about what a mask, which sounds like a lot of masks go for. So yeah, $6.25 for that. And then the Cokie liquid lipstick on their website, it was listed, and in this color was listed at $6. And then this is the one that I could not find on their website, the Bellapierre Pro Concealer Palette. So I seen it online. This must have been in a BoxyCharm, but BoxyCharm also has it on, I mean, has it for sale on their website, and it's $29.99. And then the Cali Chic Beauty Creations palette off of their website, this was listed at $11.99. So my problem with all this is that all totals up to $57.04. And when I signed up for Yes Oh Yes, it was supposed to be $14.99 a month plus shipping and tax, whatever. And they said that, and I even went back on the website to verify. It says on there all the items will be worth over $80 every month. So I total $57.03. I'm $23 short here on product. Now, yes, I only paid like $18 for this, and do I feel like I got my money's worth as far as the $18? Yeah, I do. I do feel like, you know, I got for $18, I got $57 worth of product. However, that's not what they advertised, and that's not what they said. So I feel kind of gypped a little bit. So I did email Yes Oh Yes, and you know, basically told them what I just told you guys, and said that I wasn't kind of happy with that. You know, if you're gonna say that your stuff's gonna be, you know, $80 or more value, then that's what I expect, no matter what I pay. So yeah, I feel like, you know, I'm holding my end of the agreement by paying what they want me to pay, but they're not holding up their end of the agreement by sending me at least an $80 value. So I'm gonna see what happens with how they respond, how long it takes them to respond, and see what happens with that email. I might try them another month or two and see if it gets any better. But that's kind of why I feel like they did not put in a retail value card this month, because they know it's not worth $80. And it would be considered, I think, fraud if they would list these items at higher prices than what they were. So, and they just kind of didn't want people to know, I think. So I think that's why we didn't get the card this month. That's my personal opinion. So anyway, enough about that. I do like the products that I received. I do like Yes Oh Yes so far. I mean, this has been only my second month, but if it continues like this, I'm better off spending what, another $3-4 on BoxyCharm, and getting $100 worth of products, valued products. And actually, I feel like BoxyCharm has like a little bit higher end products that people are receiving in their boxes rather than some of these. I think some of these I feel like they're maybe a little bit lower end, to be honest. I mean, a lot of these, I mean, I know Beauty Creations is not, I mean, they're not high end, and I'm not sure about some of the other ones, but I've never heard of a lot of them. I've heard of Crown and Beauty Creations, and that's the only ones that I've ever heard of. So, I think maybe I'd be better off just going with Boxy and maybe canceling this one. So anyway, I'm going to see what happens and go from there. So the rest of my look that I came up with, I did use the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I use it in shade 120. And I'm really liking it. The more I use this, the more I'm really liking it. It's a full coverage foundation, and it covers really, really nice. And I like the finish. I like the look, and it lasts. And it doesn't, I mean, my skin's not like greasy by the end of the day. I wore it yesterday, and I had it on about 10 hours, and I was just like floored when I went into the bathroom to wash my makeup off. I just looked at it, and I was like, wow, it still looks really, really good. So I'm really impressed with this. I do like this. So on my lashes, I use Lancome lash, I don't know what they're called, lash primer. And I like to use the lash primers because then it doesn't take me as long to build my lashes up with the mascara. Okay. And then I use this Sephora. I can't remember what it's called. Sephora. Oh, Lash Craft mascara on my lashes today. I like this. I like this mascara to wear not like for hours and hours and hours, but for short little spurts, because if you wear it, you know, by the end of the day, it starts flaking off. But other than that, I love this. I love the way it goes on. I like the brush. I like the fullness it gives my lashes because I need more volume than length. And I really like this other than it flakes. I wish it didn't flake. And then, let's see, to set my foundation, well, I also used the CoverGirl concealer. And I use mine in nude. I use it under my eyes, and I use it, what's that called? Under my eyes. I use it a little bit here because I have some wrinkle things I'm trying to cover up, and I'm just kind of been playing around with it to see. I think I have, you know, blemish there that's going away, so I just kind of used it just in a few spots, but mainly underneath my eye. And so far, I'm really liking it. And then I baked my eyes. I have the Laura Mercier not transparent. You know what I'm talking about. Translucent. Translucent powder. I baked my eyes with this. And then once those were baked, I brushed it off. And then I go back over all my foundation with the CoverGirl Clean Matte. Because it gives me a little bit of color. I use this in medium light. And it just gives me a little bit of color. This one's really old. You can see it gives me a little bit, just a little bit of color. Because I feel like this foundation might be a little bit light for me. So next time I purchase it, I might purchase it in a darker shade. I might go one shade darker. It seems to match up, but then sometimes I look, like yesterday I looked at it and I look kind of pasty. But I wasn't sure whether it was because, you know, having surgery and I just wasn't feeling up to par or what. So anyway, back to the eyes. For my eyeliner, I use the Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liquid Liner. And I like that. It really goes on really nice, and I do like that. And then like here, and to highlight my brow bone, I used the Sourmet Brow Lift Brow Highlighting Pencil. I love this thing. I got this in another box, and I absolutely love this thing. And I used it on my waterline as well. This thing is great. You just kind of go over right there, and I just kind of smudge it in my brows, and I put it in my inner corners, and I really like it. It's creamy. It's easy to go on. It's easy to use. I like it. And then for my bronzer, I use the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. I've used this for years. You know, for years and years and years I've used this. Back when bronzers first came out, they were so orangey. Oh my gosh, they were horrible. And this was the first one that I found that I really liked the color, and it wasn't orange. And I used it in the color Sunny. I don't even know if I can still get this anymore because I bought this so long ago. I'm going to have to check into that because I'm getting low. I'm hitting pan on it, so I'm going to have to find me some bronzers. And then for my blush, I went ahead and I used, I got this at Dollar General, and this is the first day I was able to try it, and it's by Broadway Colors. It's the Powder Cheek Palette Kit in Spring. And at first I put on, let me take this off here. First I dabbled with this one. I put this on first, and I really liked it, and then I put that lip color, and I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of, I think I need a little bit more warmth. I think it needs something. maybe a little bit more pinkish or brighter. So I went ahead and used some of this color on top of that. And I think it turned out really nice. It was very smooth going on. It blended really super nice. So I really like that. I think it's a good blush. I'm really pleased that I got it. And I bought that for $5. So that's basically my look today. So you guys let me know what you think of the look I came up with. Is it something that you like? Is it something that you would wear? And if you are getting Yes Oh Yes, did you get your card this month? And did you feel like you kind of got gypped on the price wise, or did you like your bag? You know, that's the only problem I have is I just feel that it's not right to send me $57 for the product when I'm supposed to get 80. That's the only thing I have issues with. I did like the items that I received, and I will use the items. So anyway, you guys give me your thoughts and your opinions, and I'm gonna get off of here. It's starting to get dark, and I'm gonna go rest. I kind of wore myself out a little bit today, and I'm kind of feeling lost because I'm normally so busy working and taking care of Violet and that kind of thing, and now I'm just kind of feeling a little lost here, but I'll get through it. So anyway, once again, I hope you all had a great Christmas. And if you're new and before you leave, if you'd like to, please click the subscribe button. And I'd appreciate it if you all give me the thumbs up. If you like the video, if you don't, give me a thumbs down. Either way, that way I know what you guys enjoy and what people are not enjoying. And that's all I've got for you. So you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.